Early spring, one of the busiest times of the year for Laurie Vines, a gamekeeper who looks after 1,500 acres of Wiltshire countryside as part of a large private estate. The estate is just a few miles east of Bath. As the dogs Mercury and Bluebells flower, wild pheasants will be sitting tight on their eggs. It's important for Laurie to find as many nests as he can to assess the population of wild birds and to memorise their locations so that he can check and protect them each day.
I would have thought this morning in here I'd have seen a few more nests than I have. I've only seen half a dozen today. Several hens about. And these birds ought to be laying well by now and find a few nests. But I've only seen half a dozen. And a blackbird's nest which the magpies have sorted. This nice sunny bank here. Good place to find a pheasant nest or two. It's more like it. Not too bad a sight. 5 eggs. I'll give her 2 or 3 days and I'll come back and then have a look, see if she laid any more, and hopefully the magpies wouldn't have got onto it. It's not too bad a sight. I would expect it to do quite well. I'll check her in a day or two.
Many pheasants choose woodland clearings and rides as nest sites, especially where the ground vegetation offers dense protection. Part of Laurie's autumn and winter work is to supervise felling of certain trees and control the woodland growth, leaving some mature tall trees surrounded by open space and smaller shrubs. If plenty of sunlight reaches the woodland floor, numerous flowers will bloom. Ground ivy, speedwells, primrose and yellow archangel not only add a splash of colour, but they also attract insects, important food for incubating pheasants and the young chicks when they hatch. Insects, of course, also provide food for many other wild birds. The base of hedgerows are important nest sites for wild pheasants. Every tree has its natural lifespan, but even dead trees are useful, and Laurie's boss allows a few to remain throughout the managed woodlands to provide sites for hole nesting birds. The trees are only felled when they become dangerous to the estate workers. Great spotted woodpeckers are common on the estate and breed from May onwards. Later in the year, around July, green woodpeckers rear their young in the old and dead trees. The familiar great tits are one of the smaller birds using holes in the dead trees on the estate. So woodland clearings with lush, dense protective ground vegetation are important places for nesting pheasants to rear their young. But not all pheasants are that sensible.
Come and take a look at this. This is a prime example of a pheasant's nest in the open which does not stand much chance of survival. If she's nested back in the cover here, it will be fine. If she hasn't, she's in the open. They will almost certainly be picked up by the crows or magpies working these covers. So I will take them and disperse them throughout other pheasants' nests. Hopefully they will be incubated. Come on! These movable pens, I'm running 10 hens to a cock, which is probably a couple more than most people do. Most people tend to run them 1 to 8, but the fertility seems quite good. I don't get any feedback that it's not, so I'm quite happy to carry on with it. They are moved every 3rd day, unless the weather's crack one down there, Dave. Unless the weather makes the ground too filthy, and they got moved a bit more.
Laurie is a modern-thinking gamekeeper, happy to let nature look after itself. He accepts that in the wild, some weak pheasant chicks fall victim to buzzards and weasels. In reality, rabbits are the main diet of these predators, not his chicks. But much to Laurie's dismay, rabbits breed very successfully on the estate, but the wily old magpie always finds the dead ones first. Foxes can sometimes be a real nuisance, and some controlled selective culling is necessary throughout the year. If foxes are living on the extreme...
You want some tea now, Charles, don't you? You're hungry.
By early summer, the pheasant rearing season is hectic. After 3.5 weeks incubation, the wild birds in the wood are just hatching. Nevertheless, Laurie tries to spend as much time with his family in between work routine, which involves walking and driving miles around the estate. Laurie's genuine love of the countryside has secured him a reputation as a local conservationist and wildlife expert.
Phone, yeah. So, bring the ball here. Come on. Yeah?
Dave.
Hi, Dave. Yeah. What, and he said he's going to cut silage later? What, this evening, though? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll pop then later. I'll go back to see these chicks and 1 or 2 other jobs to do. You're not supposed to start cutting until sort of late this evening? Yeah, alright. Yeah. Thanks then. Okay. Speak again. Bye. That's from Dave. He's just found a row fawn and some silage. We didn't realise it was going to be silage. Mr. Hill says he's going to cut it this evening about 8 o'clock. I haven't got time to go and look for this fawn now. I'll have a look later and hopefully we'll be able to find it and move it. On the estate here we have just roe with the occasional muntjac coming through. Tend to take quite a few bucks off the side of the main road, where they will tend to get run down in the early part of the month when they're getting chased about by the older bucks.
By late afternoon, Laurie has made time to phone the farmer cutting the silage and has made arrangements to visit him. Understandably, the farmer wants to finish cutting his field whilst the weather is dry. Modern farming methods are not always good for wildlife. Laurie urgently needs to find this young roe deer.
Somewhere in the middle of here. Time is getting more precious now. The silage machine will be in here shortly, probably within an hour or so. So I hope I'm able to find something. Here we are. Look at this. A roe. It's absolutely motionless at this age. I think it's probably only 2 or 3 days old. It will lay quietly to avoid dogs that may go by. Obviously with the mower, it will have no chance. It's beautifully marked. You see, I just hope there's not another one in the field. They quite often, there are twins. Have a look, see what sex it is. It's a little doe. Look. One of nature's wonders. So I'll move this away from the silage. Put it in a different field. If I don't move it too far, its mother will find it. Hear it call. There she goes. I know this field is being strip grazed here, so this will be perfectly safe. Mother will be back probably another hour or so. Pick it up, then move on. Come back in another day or so and see if it has moved, but I'm sure it will be.
The pheasants cannot be ignored for long, and egg collecting from the breeding pens reaches its peak.
Egg washing. They only need a couple of minutes in this to sterilise them and wash any mud off we have on them. Give it a stirring up. Not laying too bad now, but another fortnight we'll finish with all these. A couple of weeks ago, we bought Sophie Shetland pony. It was only really a couple of feet above Bert. I wanted to put this on Bert, but kind of couldn't get it. Anyway, so we had to buy this pony for her. The idea of the pony now is that because she's getting rather big, she's 2-year-old, she's getting rather a handful on your back when you beat her. So we hope that she'll ride the pony on shoot days. It'll save us a bit of time. Most of the shooting in the park is done around the home covers. Quite easy to get around on them. Stuff's a bit slippery. Go through them all, tray all the eggs up, sort out what's good and what's, well, at least what I consider to be good. Probably a touch more. I'll let it go. If in doubt, I'm sure they'll chuck it out down the game farm. A very bad shell on that, like a piece of sandpaper. Always chuck those out, just don't hatch. Here's one, very small one. Very, very dark colour, though the colour doesn't really matter too much. It's just the sheer size of it. It's probably just got white in it, no yolk. It's also probably an egg, the last egg that the hen is going to lay, and some of the birds are stopping laying. And that's one of them, I would be quite sure. All the cracked ones like that, Janice use for cooking, or perhaps the dogs will have a few, just chucked in their bowl tonight. They're not wasted. Glad when the job's over. They've let a few more tonight. Not quite so many cracks either. Perhaps we're being a bit more gentle with them. Yeah, mother's had to wait and dry off a bit more and have a cup of tea. Well, yeah, that's some reports off the local estates about them and a bit of poaching going on. You know, quite whether on the deer, the rabbits or hares at the moment. Somebody's been seeing odd lights move about. These chaps that poach most of the time seem to use dogs on these deer. They're not worried whether they're in season, out of season, adults, youngsters, or what the hell they are. Right, not a be quite honest. We've been out now 3 nights on the trot. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to find anything. In fact, the last 2 nights have been bloody terrible. Lose a lot of sleep. Another 2 chaps that are giving me a hand. They got jobs to do as well.
Well, Laurie, you've got us out here again. 3rd night on the trot. Out here on our own, keeping the bats company. I hope something's going to happen tonight.
Well, that we should wait and see, eh? You seen anything at all?
No, nothing much, just the odd car going by. Nothing slowing up at all. Nothing suspicious yet. How about you, Dave? No, it's all quiet up this end.
Thought you'd gone to sleep, Dave.
I would very much like to, Laurie. Hang on, Dave, there's a car driving really slow along the road here. Very, very slow. They don't usually drive along like this. Hang on a minute, let's see what he does. Now he's stopped. He's turned his lights out. Got his side lights on still though. I don't think you can see him from where you are, can you, Dave? No, can't see nothing. No, they're on the move. I think they're pulling away. Just turn the headlights on. Wait a minute. I think they're pulling into the field. Yep, definitely coming in the field. We might be on to something here. Surely one of you must be able to see something by now.
No, I can't, but which field, eh? Ours or the neighbours'?
It's definitely our field, definitely. Yep, the headlights have actually turned and flicked right past me. They didn't see me, they're driving back along the opposite direction in the field now, like going away from me.
Right, eh? I can see them now. Vehicle coming down my way. Next field over from me. Looking again. Casting about. Strange, they're staying in the vehicle. Oh, she's still looking. Yeah.
A shot! He's fired a shot!
Christ, Dave, get on the top road. Dave, you can make your way up the road as quick as you bloody can. Ian, just go for it. Go, go, go. Trusting it back on these sods using bloody guns. Those been dog boys before. It's getting more serious a problem we thought for. I've got to go left here, get around this barbed wire fence. For Christ's sake, be careful, Ian. The buggers are armed. Oh, shit, the gate's shut. Come on. I say you didn't see nothing on the top road. Must have gone out the other bloody way, I'll bet.
No, they didn't come left-handed at all.
Hey, how about you? And he didn't go your way?
No, I lost them, Laurie. They went over the ridge and that was it. No sign of them again.
Done it the wrong bloody gate. Okay, you better make your way back down here. We'll see if we can find anything. We've obviously shot something, I reckon, from the noise it made. Hey, whereabouts are you now? Alright. Well, it's around here somewhere, or wherever they shot was up in this direction.
Hey, Laurie, over here!
Okay.
Right, you got a road show?
Now.
Yeah.
I'll
What
bet-
have you been sleeping?
No. God. Christ, it's a... I know, I recognise this one. One with the bald shoulder.
You seen it before, have you?
Yeah. Bloody have. There's one up here. I know at least got one youngster that I've seen it with.
All right. You've got to find them in the morning then.
Bloody well, look at that. I'll tell you what, that was close to having a jaw shot and that was
You're
all.
lucky to find that.
Yeah. Bloody lucky.
You said you had a couple of kids with it?
Yeah. I saw them the other week.
No,
From living off the corner of the cover here.
they wiped the whole family out with killing that way.
Yeah, you're probably right. If we can't find these youngsters tomorrow, even if we do, there's a possibility you're not going to be able to rear them.
Well, these cold nights and that, I reckon you'll be lucky to find them.
Mm.
You'll find them dead.
What the hell's it going to come to? We staked this out, the three of us this evening, although we've been here 3 nights before, expecting something like this to happen. We thought they would use dogs on these deer. They haven't. If they use dogs on them, it's bad enough. What happens there is they pull a deer down from behind. Chaps get in quickly with a knife in the ribs or throat cut, job done. But these haven't. This evening they used a rifle to what we can see of what's happened to this doe. It's very fortunate in one way that they've actually managed to kill her by shooting her in that, as it just grazed her throat. It could quite easily have broken her jaw and she run off alive. Now she's dead. I'm almost certain there are 2 fawns with this doe. They're out here somewhere in the fields. Tomorrow I shall have to come back and have a look for. And if I don't find them by tomorrow evening, there is absolutely no way they're going to live. It's very unlikely that I'm going to find them. It's a big area to try to cover. Well, it's beyond words what these people are doing. It really is. I mean, just low life. Well, I just don't know where they come from. Get right up my back.
Laurie went out at dawn the next morning, but after several hours searching, sadly he couldn't find any young roe deer.
Looks like summer's got here at last. Been settled for a few days. Forecast for at least another week or so. Chicks are going on all right now. And we got a nice bit of sunshine. And I'm hoping perhaps later during this week be able to pop Sophie down and see some badgers. We've got a nice little set on the estate. I think she'll be quite excited with that.
We will see how Laurie and Sophie got on with their badger watching in the next programme.